Hello everyone, this video is about why does the narcissist always seem to return to an ex-partner? When you think back to the beginning of the relationship, you can probably remember all the narcissist told you about that crazy ex. If your narcissist moved on to someone new, that's more than likely exactly everything they're saying about you right now. Everything they did to you or the exes, they always tell the new partner, you did it to them. It can be a few months or a lot of years. Narcissists seem to at some point return to an ex of theirs that apparently treated the narcissist so terribly. They may have told you things like how lazy the ex was, how many times the ex had cheated on them, how the ex controlled them and took all their money, how the ex didn't take care of the child properly, didn't look after the home, didn't work, all the other stuff that the narcissist actually does. You may have met them whilst the narcissist was actually in a relationship with somebody else, giving you all the pity plays of how it was already over. They just needed to find a way out. They no longer shared a bed. They were only together for the sake of the children. The ex treats them the person they were with treats them so horribly. And with all the charm and the pity plays, you believe them and fall for them and want to help them. And then you fall straight into a relationship with them, waiting for them to leave. And when they do, they just move straight in with you. The golden period may continue for some months or some years, and you feel like you've met your soulmate and life couldn't be any better. Then one day things slowly start to change. You don't quite know what's going on, but then poof, they're gone. Not only are they gone, you hear they've gone back to that crazy ex. That crazy ex might have even been around at the start of your relationship to warn you off the narcissist. Yet because the narcissist had already informed you they would do this and that they just couldn't let go, they were bitter and they were jealous and that they would stalk them, you believe the narcissist. If you ask the narcissist why they've gone back to the ex, if you do manage to get an answer, you'll get things like, you made me realise how much I truly love them. Or they've promised to change because the children deserve an opportunity to see if we can make it work. You might have even tried to get them to come back to you. You may have some point been that crazy ex to another that the narcissist went back to. When they say things to you like, I realised I love my ex, what they mean is they remember the ex giving them a better emotional response than you are right now. Although the narcissist is really enjoying the emotions they are getting with both of you wanting the narcissist and both of you trying to win them back. Some narcissists want to try and let you down gently and kindly, and they will not just disappear. That's just because they want to have you both to triangulate you, so you both work even harder to please the narcissist and win them back. They are just getting you to compete against each other. When they tell you the crazy ex has promised to change, what they actually meant is they've promised to change. They went for the Hoover and they've succeeded. If you've been that ex that they've tried to come back to, as mine did to me, you know exactly what they are like. My narcissist ex saw me as a great challenge. Even the day of the birth of the narcissist's new child, they were still wanting to marry me and have another child with them. When I closed that door on that chapter of my life, the narcissist went running back to try and win their ex over, which they succeeded and quickly moved back in. They've pulled every stunt in the narcissist handbook to seek revenge on me for not allowing them back, even blaming me to our older children as to why they live across the road. If mummy would let me live with you, I'd come back. The boys told me that daddy said, if mummy would let me live with you, I would come back. So now we've gone back to the silent treatment and not picking the children up, as of course all the other methods didn't work. The silent treatment that used to hurt oh so much, I have to say, is now my preferred method of the games that they use against me. Since the narcissist's birthday, they will not respond about seeing the children. Me, being myself, will rise above and give them every opportunity. If the narcissist fails to show, as they are doing at the moment, then we just get on with our happy, calm day. It helps the boys, well, it helps me because the boys aren't even asking about the narcissist. Without questions, I know full well the narcissist will be blaming me to the crazy ex, which now I'm the crazy ex, to everybody that will listen that I've stopped contact. I have all messages saved on my phone just in case I ever need evidence that it's not me. The children can see the narcissist as I've managed to counteract the manipulation. Any point I cannot, and then yes, it will be me that stops contact. I'll happily tell everyone that. Yes, I have my reasons for stopping contact. Because of those reasons, contact has now been stopped. Whilst the narcissist is actually doing it all to themselves. So I've no need to react. Instead, I'll just leave them be whilst I get on with my now much more stable, much more clearer, much more positive lifestyle. They may say things like, we've been together so long, I really need to give it another go for the family. All they mean is every time the narcissist goes back for the hoover, the ex falls for it and the narcissist knows that they can keep doing it. So if you're that ex, stop falling for it. It doesn't get any better. It only gets better when you remove them from your life. So be honest. How many of you went back? I went back once after the narcissist got caught messaging the best friend's wife. They and the mate are best friends again, but it was a funny scenario because their best friend and I actually set them up. We'd arranged, the best friends arranged for his wife to go and meet up with the narcissist, while me and his best friend drove along to meet them too. Little did the narcissist know. The look on that narcissist's face as they were happily chatting them up for us to pull up with full beam headlights on was priceless. Of course, the narcissist was caught trying to have an affair. Yet I got messages of, you've ruined a family. You're selfish. It was all my fault. The narcissist's best mate in the car park actually mentioned to the narcissist, this is just like what you did with my other ex. So the narcissist had done this before, yet foolishly, I did take them back. If you've taken the narcissist back, you are not alone. They are very good at what they do, but there comes to a point where you have to think, thanks, but no thanks. When you realise that you have a choice and you have a choice to choose happiness over the whole fairy tale, the nightmare relationship, you need to choose happiness. The narcissist will come back to you if given a chance. They will go back to anyone who can meet a need they require at that time that will have them back. But then at some point they will leave again. After a few months, you could actually hoover the narcissist if you wanted to, as they'd be bored with the person that they've gone back to or the new person they've gone to. For your own mental health and sanity, I would not recommend this course of action. Some have done it, and that's fine. With the trauma bonding and everything, you do, but you have to get to that point where you realise they are no good for you. The reality is that the exes were never horrible. They were never abusive or crazy, just like you wasn't. In the narcissist reality, they were, as they didn't conform to the narcissist needs or supply the narcissist with things that the narcissist didn't even know they wanted for themselves. So the narcissist met those needs elsewhere. And when the new person failed to conform, they go running back to the ex. While ever you and any of the exes allow them to do so, the narcissist will continue to do it. It is incredibly hard at times because you've got to let go of your ego and you've got to let go of your pride. But sometimes you have got to stand up and think, enough is enough. Rise above. Let the ex or the new partner have them because they're nothing special to have. And go and live a damn good life for yourself and your children. As we all have empathetic traits, most of us do fall for the lies and the charm and the pity plays, often more than once, wanting to help out, wanting to make it work. Narcissistic personality disorder is on a spectrum, so not all narcissists do go back to their exes. And some exes who've worked them out for what they are and on the road to recovery have been themselves again will not take the narcissist back. So although we can generalise, get the words out, what the majority of narcissists will do, if someone hasn't triangulated the exes, that doesn't mean they are not a narcissist. Same as if someone has gone back to an ex, if they don't have the other traits, that doesn't make them a narcissist. If you have been abused mentally or physically, if they are a narcissistic person or not, you need to get out and you need to stay out. Please remember, these videos are just for advice. Please, we are all unique, we are all different. So just find what works for you to help you get out, stay out and have a much happier life. There is a playlist all about recovery, different methods, different ways of using things to try and help you to recover. A playlist all about narcissists and what they do, and a playlist all about the different types of narcissists. Please do subscribe, like, put anything in the comments that you'd like more information on. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.